behind the scenes. So my
Well,
main
and
thing
you
is
said with
black
natives
people.
too. You said natives were just smoking and chilling and doing stuff. Like you're aware that this utopian atmosphere you claim. I
Now
think a lot of people like yourself and I think a lot of
I
black
want to, I
people
want
have
to
this
refute.
idea
Listen,
that
I
it's
want
like
to.
Ghana would be perfect and we live in peace and
But
harmony. And
who
like
told? But
there's
who? Now
no
let me ask you a question.
evidence to that.
Who told you that Native Americans were murdering each other? Look,
Personally, I
now,
don't believe.
let me ask you a question.
I
Do
mean,
I
who
look like
told
it?
you that they
Do you
weren't? Who
look at?
told
Do
you
you
that
look
they
at
were
me?
thriving
Do you look?
peacefully?
Do you listen here? If Native Americans were barbarians, right? Because I want to bring this up. The government mislabeled black people because the Indians were black. They look just like me. The government labeled black people as savages so that they can create a fictitious moral excuse to take the land. And here's the thing. If the Native Americans were savages, there would be no white people in America today because we would have never fucked with y'all. What white people fail to realize is when they came over here from Europe on them boats, carrying them diseases and carrying them zoonotic diseases, we showed them how to survive the winter. We showed them how to clothe themselves. We showed them how to bathe. We showed them the ways of the land. Now, here's the thing.
So is your understanding of history like your race was perfect and amazing and did everything and
No,
like
I don't.
and never did anything wrong, and then
No.
everyone else did everything? Because that's kind of the same mindset going on in these communities where
No,
everyone,
my
everything is everyone else's
my
fault. We never
history.
did anything wrong, yet at a certain point there's gonna have to you're gonna like when Nick Cannon said, for instance, he's like, we have the most soul. Melanin people lack soul.
That's
then
true.
how come in mostly black neighborhoods are like
That's
the
true.
most violent neighborhoods
That's
where
true.
people
But that's true.
kill and sabotage each other more than anyone else does?
But it's because of y'all. Now let me say
where
this,
would
right?
you feel more
Let me
dangerous, in the
say
south
this. Let
side
me
of
say this.
Chicago or in the white
Now
area of
listen,
Chicago?
where
Where
me
would you
and
feel more
where
dangerous?
me and you are going on this
Where would you
conversation
feel more threatened,
is
on the south
proving my
side
point of
or
why
on the
we
white
get our
side?
own shit. This is proving my point because white people don't want to respect the fact that they are not the most intelligent people on the planet. Y'all and y'all don't want to accept the fact that y'all are fucking up our lives. Now let me give you an example.
You don't even know you don't even know where my family came from. You don't even.
Anywhere on the planet.
I'm an immigrant.
Anywhere on the planet that black people live today and white people are not there is peace. You can go to Africa right now. Go to any third world country where white people are not bothering people. And even though the kids are poor, they're happy, they're playing outside, and they're having fun. Anywhere that black people are, white people are there, we not happy. So my main thing is white people.
Do you know the racial conflict in Africa? Are you aware of it though? Do you know the beefs going on between Nigerians and other people, the murders between Christians and Muslims? Are you aware of any of that, or
is
you have
fucking
like
up
a false
Nigeria?
idea of
Who is fucking up Nigeria? Who is corrupting that government?
Well, I'm just saying there's racial
White
tension
people.
between people.
White people. I'm gonna tell you what. Give me a country and give me zero white influence. I bet you it'd be peace throughout the land. And here's my thing that
white people don't even own America. You understand Jewish people own most stuff. Most white people that you're talking about own nothing. They have no ownership in any sort of systemic thing that you're talking about. Most white people have nothing. Most of this is the banking, media. It's mostly Jewish owned. And you blame white people broadly, which is a mistake.
No, I don't blame white people broadly. But what I need you to understand is this: y'all came and stole everything from us.
I didn't steal anything from you, bro. You don't even know my ethnicity.
We cannot run from the reflections of ourselves that we don't like. When we put on good clothes, we say we look good. When we look bad, we say we gotta get right. So I'm not directly blaming you, but you are connected to the people who did me wrong. So it's you. It's like me.
Yeah, but that's your idea of how history. That's your false idea of what history is. How do you know anything over 200 years? You either know what you heard or you know what you found somewhere. You don't know what happened 400 years ago. You're taking someone else's word for it, just as I am.
That's history.
But your idea is everyone else did me wrong. The world would be a utopia if it was all mine. I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but I feel like it's a little off.
Let me prove a point. When we met white people, And white
how do you
people,
know this? How do you know this?
When black people met white people, this is
How do you
historical
know
facts.
what you're about to say?
This is historical facts. When we
From where?
met white people, 100 million of us died because the hygiene of Europeans was so bad, it destroyed our immune system. This is facts. Now you might say, Pharaoh, why is this important? If we met y'all and we was cleaner than y'all when we met y'all, how the fuck today do you think white people have this right to tell us we gotta adhere to their medical advice when we don't want
I don't agree with that.
I'm not saying
You know, I don't. The World Health
I'm saying
Organization is
what's
a
in my
fraud.
mind.
Bill
I'm
Gates
saying
is a
what's in
fraud.
my
The
mind.
CDC is a
I'm
fraud.
saying
You're
what's
talking
in
as
my
if
mind.
I have a responsibility in this.
I'm saying
You
what's
know,
in my mind.
what
I'm not
responsibility
saying
did my poor Puerto Rican grandma have in this? What about
do you know what a Puerto Rican
Italian
is?
grandpa who came over here and did trash? He started a trash company by collecting people's trash like a
Okay,
slave.
but listen here. This is what I'm saying.
What part does he have in the medical treatment of your people now? I mean,
Listen, I can tell you what part. I can
your
tell you what part
condescending
he has.
attitude towards me
I can tell
and
you.
race
I
is
can
why
tell you what
nothing
part he
really.
has.
What?
I can tell you what part your Puerto Rican grandmother and your Italian father has. Puerto Ricans are a slave bred race, just like mulattoes. So here's my point. The original Spaniards were Caucasians who spoke Spanish because Spanish was created in Italy as a form of sorcery. So here's my thing about white people again.
I understand, but if you're always so bitter and you're always so
I'm not
condescending
bitter,
about
bro.
it,
I'm not bitter, but
it's
you
the
gotta
same
let me
reason
get
that
it
people.
out. You gotta let me get it out. You gotta let me get it out. I'm gonna let you get it out.
No, but you're saying you. It's like
You
if I
have to.
say your people are killing people, like
No,
you
no,
know,
no, no,
like
no, no.
that's the same
Here's
thing
my
people
thing.
complain that white people
Here's
do.
my thing. You gotta let me
I
get
don't
it
agree
out.
with that either.
You gotta let me get it out. You gotta let me get it out. And this is why strong black men don't have a voice, because we strike a nerve in white people of
There's no
denying.
nerve struck. I'm just saying
Okay,
it.
so let me
Go
get it
ahead.
out. Here's my thing. White people have destroyed our way of life. They have destroyed our history. They have stolen our artifacts. You took our language. I don't know what my native tongue is. You sold my grandparents off. I don't know who the fuck my great grandmama was. You not only did you steal my land, you changed the motherfucking name. So now I don't know what this street used to be called, because now it's called Jefferson Street. My fucking granddad wasn't named Jefferson. So my thing is, white people have stole their ideas from my ancestors. Then you wipe my memory of it and you reap the benefits. And then the greed got so high that not only are white people trying to steal from black people, now they're trying to steal from other white people. So now here's how I feel. You have innocent white people who have nothing to do with nothing, and I have to aid these people, and they're a part of the race. That is the reason I don't have shit, and I have to help y'all battle, not only to preserve y'all shit, but then after that battle, now I have to battle to be able to rebuild some shit all over again.
I'm just saying, if you group Jewish people in with white people, you don't understand what's going on. Your analysis is false, and you're never going to get anything, and you're never going to solve it. You're just going to keep running people in circles.
Let's be literal. Let's be literal here. Let's no longer say Jew and white. Let's be literal according to science. There are only 4 types of species on this planet: Negroid, Caucasoid, Mongoloid, and hybrid. Let's be clear. And Dravidian. And if any of these interact with each other, they create a hybrid. So when we're talking about Caucasoids, I want to be clear on that Jews, Italians, Britishmen, Englishmen, Australians are all considered Caucasoids. Just like Asians, Koreans, and South Koreans are considered Mongoloids. And just like indigenous blacks, Africans, Ethiopians, Nigerians are all considered Negro. So when I say
I hear what you're saying, but I just think your analysis on the way things